Salamat everyone! Welcome to another episode of Bible Q&A. Today we're discussing, who are the righteous? The righteous are those who love God with all their heart and walk according to God's commandments. They stick to God's ways despite persecution, temptation, or other measures of Satan. They have a strong belief in God and have no bigger desire in their lives than to please God with their ways. As the psalmist said, "One thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple." Psalms chapter 27, verse 4. We can't all fit in God's physical temple, but we can dwell in the house of the Lord by letting our thoughts dwell on God and his works. Similarly, asking questions about his temple is kind of pointless. Instead, we can inquire in his temple by asking questions about God himself and his will. This will cause us to seek answers in the Bible and thus study the scriptures, which is an important activity according to Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. The psalmist talked about the characteristics of the righteous in another passage. Here's who he said a righteous person was in Psalms chapter 15. "Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoureth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved." Verse 3 shows that a righteous person respects the people around them, even if they don't believe in their faith. They don't betray them or try to ruin their reputation. However, verse 4 shows that they don't just listen to anybody. They know who they should believe and who they shouldn't. Finally, verse 5 shows that they are virtuous in regards to money. They don't subject people to enormous debt or exploit poor people. An example of a righteous person was King Hezekiah. Unlike most of the kings before and after him, he loved God Almighty and his ways. He removed all the idols that his father set up, according to 2 Kings chapter 18 verse 4, and he rolled back countless years of wickedness and iniquity, according to 2 Chronicles chapter 29. As Hezekiah himself said, "Remember now, O Lord, I beseech thee, how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight." Isaiah chapter 38 verse 3. His claim was backed by 2 Chronicles chapter 31 verse 20. Another example of a righteous person is Jesus Christ. His main focus as a human being was to fulfill a mission given to him by his Father. As it was said in John, "My meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work." John chapter 4 verse 34. Throughout his lifetime, he was never distracted or discouraged from fulfilling that mission. What was important to him was saying and doing what would please God, according to John chapter 12 verses 49 to 50. He did this even to the point of death. Here's what the author of Hebrews said: "Let us keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, on whom our faith depends from beginning to end. He did not give up because of the cross. On the contrary, because of the joy that was waiting for him, he thought nothing of the disgrace of dying on the cross, and he is now seated at the right hand of God's throne." Hebrews chapter 12 verse 2, according to the Good News Bible. We can also look at Philippians chapter 2 verses 5 to 11. Therefore, my advice is that we should strive to meet the Bible's description of the righteous. We can't be perfectly righteous, of course. We're all sinners, according to Romans chapter 3 verse 23. However, God doesn't need that kind of perfection. God's perfection, mentioned in places like Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 13 and Matthew chapter 5 verse 48, is just doing our best to meet his standards, according to 1 Kings chapter 15 verse 14. And that is where I'm going to stop with this Bible Q&A. Who are the righteous? The righteous are people who love God and love to think about his ways and love to do what God tells them to do. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.